I did, and you already have a little bit of that story. Do you want it again?
No,
No,
we're good on
you
that.
got that story again.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
and then after I bought the call, Rick Powell and I took some executives from Ruger Firearms. We have a CNC machining business, and we make a lot of parts for Ruger as well as other gun manufacturers, FN, Beretta. Anyhow, we make a lot of gun parts, and so we were taking a couple of their executives hog hunting down on Tim's place in Georgia. And I just bought the call, and I took it with me so Tim could see it. And it was the day before turkey season started in the spring, and I just said, well, Tim, just take the call, keep it, and turkey hunt with it. And he, I knew he wanted to do it, but I also knew he was afraid to do it, and he really wanted to back out and didn't want me to leave the call. But by that time, I was hell bent on leaving the call for Tim to kill a turkey with. I said, you need to kill a turkey with this call, which he did. And it's funny when he called me after he killed a turkey with the call, and I said, well, put it in FedEx and ship it to me, whatever, And Tim's like, no way I'm going to do that. What if it gets lost? He said, I'm driving it to Charlotte, and he had a day, and I said, Tim, I can't be at home that day. I can't be with you. He said, that's okay, I'll take it. I said, well, Ann will be there. Just take it, and then while you're there, go up to my room where my turkey calls are, and just kind of look around, make yourself at home, play any call you want to, handle them all. And sorry I can't see you that day. But so that's sort of the story of it. And this is the only call I'm sure that has killed a turkey in the last 3 different centuries: the 1800s, the 1900s, and now the 2000s.
Yeah, and that trip to Charlotte, when he told me about it, I told him, I said, this call disappeared from the face of history for decades, maybe 100 years. Nobody knew where it was.
Yeah.
The story about how it reappeared was amazing, and I said, I was not going to be a footnote in history and be the guy that shipped it via FedEx and it was lost for another 100 years. So that's why I drove it to Charlotte.
Tim and I have been buddies for a long time. We met at in a situation very much like this with the old call makers around, and for a number of years there would be an auction at that a show, and Tim and I always ended up together at that auction. And it's funny, we had very different tastes in calls. We weren't bidding on the same things, and but we became friends. And it happens in this turkey call world, in the turkey world. You meet somebody, you have so much in common, you both have the same passion, and you just become friends. And we became friends lots of years ago, and sometimes we don't communicate for almost a year at a time. But it's just like the last time we left each other, when we see each other again, it's like a buddies for life kind of situation.
It is. Yeah, like, Danny's been very generous. This is a case in point, that he was willing to take something that was of great historical value and allow someone like me the opportunity to kill a turkey with it. This obviously is the most memorable turkey hunt I will have, just because of the call that was involved, the friendship that was given, the gift of that with this. It's one that I'll always remember.